Have you ever noticed how you can want something with your whole heart, but somehow do everything except that one thing? You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, or when you feel ready, or when you suddenly become motivated again. And yet the days slip by. The very dream that once lit you up now waits untouched, while you scroll your phone or get lost in tasks that don't matter. It feels irrational, right? You want the result. You care about the goal. You believe it could change your life. So why do you keep putting it off? You're not lazy, you're scared. You're scared of what starting might reveal. Because when something matters to you, it becomes heavy. There's weight to it. A pressure to get it right. A fear that if you try, you might discover you're not good enough, or that your dream wasn't meant for you after all. Wanting something deeply makes failure feel personal. And that fear whispers, if you don't start, you can't fail. So procrastination becomes your shield. It protects your identity, your potential, the version of you that still could be everything you envision. As long as the dream stays in the future, it remains perfect, untouched, untested. But there's something else happening too. Your brain doesn't understand the future. It only understands now. And big goals don't produce immediate rewards. They demand patience, effort, discomfort, so your brain chooses short-term relief instead. It picks the easy dopamine hit, a scroll, a snack, a distraction, something that helps you escape the anxiety of beginning. So every time you avoid your goals, it's not disinterest, it's self-protection. You're not running away from the goal. You're running away from the feelings attached to it. Maybe you grew up in an environment where mistakes were punished, where being imperfect felt dangerous, and now anything less than perfect feels like failing. You don't want to start unless you know it will be flawless. You tell yourself, I'll wait until I have a better idea, a better plan, a better version of me, but that better version never arrives. Because perfectionism doesn't create progress, it blocks it. It turns ambition into paralysis. Or maybe you were pushed to achieve constantly, praised only when you performed, so achievement became tied to your worth, and the thought of not excelling makes you freeze. Your brain learned that success equals love, approval, safety. So if there's even the slightest chance you won't succeed, every alarm goes off. Don't risk it. Don't start. Stay safe. The task you want to do becomes the enemy of your peace. But here's the quiet truth your mind is trying to avoid. You're not afraid of the task. You're afraid of who you'll have to become to complete it. Because growth requires identity change. You'll have to be braver than the past version of you. You'll have to act before you're ready. You'll have to let go of who you've been to step toward who you could be. And change is uncomfortable, even when it leads to better things. Think about how your body reacts when you finally sit down to begin. Your chest tightens. Your breathing gets shallow. You suddenly want to organize your room, answer messages, check notifications. Anything to escape the discomfort of confronting your potential. This isn't weakness. This is your nervous system, conditioned by years of stress, trying to keep you safe from imagined danger. It doesn't understand that the danger isn't real. It only sees vulnerability, risk, exposure, and then there's uncertainty. Starting means stepping into the unknown. Once you begin, there's no going back. The dream stops being a fantasy and becomes a real path with real obstacles. That's terrifying. What if it takes longer than you expect? What if you lose motivation halfway? What if you realize the dream isn't magical once you're living inside it? Sometimes the fear of disappointment is stronger than the desire for success. But maybe you're not afraid of failing. Maybe you're afraid of succeeding. Success changes your world. It changes expectations. It changes how people see you. Suddenly there's pressure to stay at the top, to keep performing, to prove that your achievement wasn't luck. Without even realizing it, your brain attaches stress to success. So procrastination becomes a way of delaying that new reality. You're not avoiding greatness, you're avoiding the fear that comes with it. There's also another layer, identity conflict. If you've lived most of your life feeling not enough, then doing something extraordinary threatens that identity. You won't know who you are anymore. You won't fit the narrative your mind has rehearsed for years. And change, even positive change, can feel like losing yourself. That's why procrastination often hits hardest with passion projects. The things that are closest to your heart. The book you want to write. The business you want to start. The skill you want to learn. The life you dream about. These things hold emotional meaning. They represent your potential, your future, your deepest desires. And that is exactly why your brain hesitates. The greater the value, the greater the fear. You might even shame yourself for it. You look at others who seem to be moving ahead and wonder why you can't do the same. You think you're the problem. But procrastination is not a flaw, it's a message. It's your mind whispering, something here feels unsafe. And instead of punishing yourself for the delay, you can start asking what fear your procrastination is trying to protect you from. Is it fear of judgment? Fear of change? Fear of choosing the wrong path? Fear of discovering your own limits? Whatever it is, acknowledging it is step one. Because you cannot defeat what you refuse to look at. When you understand the fear, its power shrinks. So how do you move forward? Not by waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It arrives after progress, not before it. You move forward by making the first step so small that your brain doesn't to notice the risk. Write one sentence. Practice for 10 minutes. Open the laptop. Begin before you feel prepared. Because prepared is a feeling that comes from doing, not thinking. And when you show your brain that starting is safe, resistance melts. Anxiety softens, momentum grows, confidence appears. Suddenly the task is less scary than sitting in the discomfort of not trying. You begin to trust yourself, to believe that you can shape your life consciously instead of passively. You deserve to create what you dream about. You deserve to explore the version of yourself that exists on the other side of fear. You deserve progress that doesn't depend on being perfect. You deserve a life that reflects what you truly want, not what feels temporarily comfortable. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it's uncomfortable. But avoiding the dream doesn't make it go away. It just buries it deeper in regret. And years from now, the question won't be, what if I fail? It will be, why didn't I try? You don't need to conquer the whole mountain today. Just take one breath, one action, one moment of courage. Let yourself begin badly. Let yourself begin scared. Let yourself begin imperfectly. What matters is that you begin. And when you look back, you all realize that the moment you chose to start was the moment your future finally started choosing you.